My name is Simon Moses. I'm going to start a vlog channel here, and I tried making like an intro video to that vlog channel, and it was boring. It was a really boring video. I mean, I wasn't too happy with it. It was just me talking about what I'm gonna do in 12 minutes. So I'm just gonna start doing what I wanted to do. It's a mixture of me telling stories about my life, funny stories, and me talking about things that are going on day to day. Kind of news, but not really, because it could be very opinionated or factual. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, I wanted to talk about a really funny story, one of the stories that I usually tell people when they ask me about my life. This story involves how I broke my arm. If you'll look right there, right about there, you will see scars that go through my entire arm. A lot of people are like, whoa, dude, wicked scars. And I'm just like, I know. How that happened is an interesting story. So, it was when I was about 7 or 8 years old. So like yesterday. And it was at my grandmother's house, and I was running around as a child should, and having fun, playing with my action figures. She did this really awesome thing where she would tie my action figures to the ceiling fan, and I would freak out about that. I would lose all attention and just focus on that and be like, how are they flying? How are they doing this? It's amazing. And that's what she used to do. A whole other story. But I was playing with my action figures. I was running around. My grandmother had this terrifying and vicious dog. It was a Pekingese. So this Pekingese, let me tell you, okay, this Pekingese was terrifying to me. I ran away from it, and I saw it, like, when I was playing my action figures, I saw it looking dead at me, like, just about to make a beeline straight towards me, okay? And I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, no, I'm not gonna die like this. So I started running. I ran to high ground, okay? I ran up to a couch, the arm of one of my grandmother's couches. And I got on there, and I was like, okay, I'm safe. We are so good. But then the Pekingese surprised me. This Pekingese jumped on the couch, and I was like, oh my god, no. And I jumped off the couch. Now, from the time that I was up on top of the couch to the ground, I had about like maybe 10-15 minutes to think about my decision and think about what I'm going to do to soften the impact, because I was kind of going head first. I don't know how my body got there, but halfway down I was realizing that I was like, oh my god, my head is going to hit the ground. To soften the blow, I went like this for some reason. So, and yeah, my head was not impacted at all. But my arm turned into the Rocky Mountains, basically. It was really wavy. It was like, heh. And everybody was kind of panicking. I was screaming because I was in a horrendous amount of pain. And my mom was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We're calling 911. So they called the ambulance, and the ambulance took its sweet time getting there. Let me tell you, it was about like 25 minutes or so. And the ambulance got there, and my mom escorted me to it. And I'm gonna be real, I love my grandmother to death, but she's like, so should I still go get my hair cut, or should I go with you guys? But on the way to the hospital in the ambulance, the guy that was working on me was like accusing my mother of beating me. He didn't believe her that I was running away from a Pekingese. And okay, it was a scary dog. He never met her. He never met that dog. He never met that. Her name was China. He never met China, okay? And He just would he was like, so how did this happen again? Are you aggressive at all? And my mom was about to murder this person. In that essence, she was pretty aggressive. But my mom has never touched me, by the way. I've never even been grounded. But like the ambulance assist, I don't even know what to call those guys. But he was just accusing my mom of beating me. So that was fun. We get to the hospital. Cool. I'm like sitting in the waiting room. I'm just sitting there in the waiting room holding my arm like, oh my God, make it stop. And then we finally get to see the doctor. I'm on the doctor's bed and she starts, the nurse is like poking my wrist with this needle. And like, I can't get the IV thing to go in. And I'm like, ow, ow, ow. I'm like, what are you doing? Who are you? Why are you poking me with a needle? And, ow, that really hurt. Why did I do that? And so she keeps poking me with this needle. And then she was like, I can't get the IV. I can't do it. We don't have enough. I'm like, you don't have enough? What is this hospital? Where am I? And so they're like, well, we got to get started. So they started re-breaking my arm while I was awake. Just, just snapped it back into place. All better. And I was like, by that point, that hurt a lot more than the fact that it was broken. Like, yes, the bones were misaligned. Putting them back while I was awake was an owie. That was hurting. That hurt a lot. And then they put the cast on. I'm like, cool. The cast is on, and I kind of come to my senses, and I'm realizing that, oh God, it's over. We're good. We're all over. Nope. The story has just begun. So my mom was like, okay, we're all good, right? And the doctor was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you here. This is like my first week at the hospital. I may have put the cast on a little too tight, and if we don't take it off, we might need to amputate his arm. And I'm just like, she was like, okay, do whatever you want, I guess. So they cut the cast off. And when they cut the cast off, that is when we first noticed these lovely scars that are on my arm. And it went all the way. I don't know if that saw is not even supposed to cut through skin, right? I don't know how those work. But anyways, 6 months later, cast comes off. It's one of those things where I'm like, I've had surgery before and I've never been put out. Hurts. It's just one of those like really funny stories, something that I can laugh about now, even as horrible and as painful as it was. It's a pretty funny story. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Like, comment, do whatever you want, the stereotypical YouTube thing that everybody says. I'm going to try to post as much as I can. I'm in the middle of a move, so I'm very busy. That's why the shelves behind me don't have my action figures on it. But they will. Oh, they will. Don't you doubt that. Goodbye, everyone.